expanse a philosophical construct for the very limits of the habitable world? Or does the frozen vastness of the Arctic hold the truth of a civilization lost to time, a testament to human endurance in the most extreme conditions? The name itself, Thule, evokes a sense of ultimate remoteness, a place beyond the known, a land of mystery and extremes. Our journey begins not in a bustling ancient city, but in the cryptic lines of texts penned by scholars and explorers millennia ago. The first tantalizing mention comes from the Greek geographer Pytheas of Massalia, around 325 BC. He claimed to have sailed north from Britain, a voyage of incredible bravery for his time, reaching a land he called Thule. Pytheas described a place where the sun barely set in summer, and where the sea was a congealed mass, a mixture of ice and water, making navigation treacherous. A description strikingly similar to the pack ice of the Arctic Circle. His accounts, though often fragmented and relayed through later authors, planted the seed of an ultimate northern land. But Pytheas' Thule was just the beginning. Roman and medieval writers continued the legend, sometimes depicting Thule as a place of frozen desolation, other times as a vibrant, though remote, land inhabited by a hardy people. To the Romans, Ultima Thule became a literary expression for any distant, unknown place, the very limit of exploration. Yet woven into these literary references were consistent geographical clues, extreme latitudes, frozen seas, and peculiar daylight cycles. This wasn't just a fantasy, it was a reflection of real-world observations, however distant or exaggerated. Could these scattered clues, these echoes from antiquity, actually point to a tangible place, a lost civilization, waiting to be rediscovered beneath the shifting ice and snow of the Earth's northernmost reaches? The very idea beckons us to delve deeper into the enigma that is Thule.
The roots of a legend. The captivating allure of Thule isn't just a modern fascination. Its roots delve deep into the ancient world, intricately woven into the fabric of classical thought and geographical speculation. While Pytheas' account provides the earliest substantial claim, his descriptions were often viewed with skepticism by his contemporaries. The sheer distances he claimed to have covered, and the bizarre phenomena he described, a sun that never truly set, a congealed sea, seemed too incredible for many to accept. Indeed, some ancient scholars dismissed his journey as pure fabrication, deeming him a liar and a fantasist. Yet it was precisely these unbelievable details that in hindsight lend a strange credibility to his tale, hinting at genuine observations of polar regions. Beyond Pytheas, the idea of a last land or ultimate place resonated deeply with philosophers and poets. For thinkers like Plato, who spoke of the lost city of Atlantis, the concept of a hidden, perhaps more advanced civilization was a powerful one. Thule, in its most abstract form, became the very edge of the oikoumene, the inhabited world. It represented the boundary where human knowledge gave way to the unknown, a place of profound mystery and potential. This philosophical interpretation meant that Thule was not just a dot on a map, but a symbol of humanity's yearning to push beyond its perceived limits to explore the very extremes of existence. As the centuries progressed, the legend of Thule evolved. Roman writers like Virgil and Seneca invoked Ultima Thule as a poetic flourish for the farthest reaches of the earth. Later, during the Middle Ages, cartographers and scholars continued to debate its existence and location. Some maps optimistically placed Thule as a real island far to the northwest of Britain, while others relegated it to the realm of pure myth. The ambiguity surrounding its true nature only served to deepen its mystique. Was it Iceland, Greenland, Norway, or perhaps even the Shetland Islands? Each new expedition to the north, each discovery of distant lands offered tantalizing yet inconclusive evidence. The consistent thread through all these accounts, from the practical observations of Pytheas to the philosophical musings of the Romans, was a land defined by extreme cold, peculiar light cycles, and a sense of remoteness. These details, whether based on first-hand experience or inherited lore, painted a compelling picture of an ancient Arctic frontier. But how could a society thrive, or even merely exist, in such an unforgiving environment? This question would continue to fuel speculation and drive exploration for millennia, pushing adventurers to seek the elusive truth hidden within the frozen heart of the North.
The quest for Ultima Thule. The magnetic pole of Thule wasn't confined to ancient texts. It became a genuine driving force behind centuries of exploration, inspiring voyages into the treacherous unknown. As the age of discovery dawned, explorers, navigators, and cartographers weren't just seeking new trade routes or exotic lands. They were also, often unconsciously, chasing the ghost of Thule, trying to pinpoint its elusive location on a map that was steadily but slowly becoming more accurate. Was it Greenland, that immense ice-bound landmass? Could it be Iceland, discovered and settled by Norse Vikings, a land of fire and ice that certainly felt like the edge of the world? Or perhaps the distant, storm-battered Faroe or Shetland Islands? Every new island, every frozen strait discovered in the North Atlantic was a potential candidate for the mythical land of Thule. The Norse sagas, rich with tales of daring voyages across stormy seas, further fueled the legend. While they didn't explicitly use the name Thule for their settlements in Greenland or Vinland, their accounts of ice, long winters, and remote outposts certainly resonated with Pytheas's ancient descriptions. These were real people, pushing the boundaries of human habitation in the subarctic, battling formidable natural elements. Their very existence in such harsh environments made the idea of an even more ancient, perhaps more capable civilization in the far north seem less improbable. However, the quest for Thule wasn't just about geography. It gradually morphed into something more profound, especially in later centuries. The concept of Thule became intertwined with esoteric theories and philosophical movements. Some theorists began to imagine Thule not just as a geographical place, but as the origin point of a superior, perhaps even Atlantean race, or a cradle of ancient wisdom. These ideas gained particular traction in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, often linked to mystical interpretations of history and even pseudo-scientific beliefs about lost civilizations possessing advanced knowledge. These fantastical theories, while lacking scientific basis, highlight the enduring power of the Thule legend. They transformed it from a remote island into a symbolic wellspring of forgotten power and primeval secrets. This speculative shift raised the stakes considerably. If Thule truly existed, what incredible knowledge or lost technologies might lie buried beneath its icy shroud? The search for Thule evolved from a simple geographical puzzle into a quest for answers to humanity's deeper origins and hidden potential. But as modern science began to unravel the true nature of the Arctic, what truths or disappointments did these relentless searches uncover?
Facing the Arctic realities. The romanticized image of Thule, whether as a philosophical ideal or a hidden fount of ancient wisdom, inevitably collided with the harsh, unforgiving realities of Arctic exploration. As the centuries turned and mapping technology improved, the northern expanses began to reveal their true nature, not a hidden paradise, but a vast, ice-bound wilderness. The early 20th century, in particular, saw a surge in scientific expeditions to the poles. Explorers like Robert Peary, Roald Amundsen, and Fridtjof Nansen pushed deeper into the Arctic, charting coastlines, measuring ice caps, and enduring unimaginable hardships. Their meticulous observations and scientific data slowly but surely peeled back the layers of myth from the region. What these expeditions uncovered was not a lost city or an advanced civilization, but a desolate yet breathtakingly beautiful landscape shaped by glaciers, permafrost, and brutal weather. They found hardy Inuit or Eskimo communities, incredibly adapted to life in the extreme north, living in harmony with the challenging environment. These indigenous peoples, with their deep knowledge of hunting, survival, and navigating the frozen seas, were the true masters of the Arctic, their cultures a testament to human resilience, not a hidden technological marvel. This discovery, while humbling, also provided a more grounded understanding of what life at the edge of the world truly entailed. Moreover, modern archaeological and geological surveys have extensively mapped the known landmasses and seabed in the Arctic. While they continue to uncover fascinating details about ancient human migrations and climatic shifts, there has been no conclusive evidence of a large, complex, and lost civilization as imagined by some Thule theorists. The geological record of the Arctic reveals a history of glaciation and harsh conditions that would make the sustained development of a widespread, permanent civilization of the scale some proposed incredibly difficult, if not impossible, with ancient technologies. So, has the relentless march of science and exploration finally debunked the myth of Thule? In its most literal sense, as a single, highly advanced lost city hidden under the ice, perhaps. Yet the enduring power of the legend suggests something more profound. Even if not a literal Atlantean outpost, the essence of Thule, a remote, mysterious land at the very limit of human reach, continues to resonate. The question now shifts, if not a physical place, what enduring secrets might this concept of Thule still hold?
Thule symbolizes the unknown. Even as scientific exploration dispelled the literal possibility of a hidden, advanced civilization beneath the Arctic ice, the concept of Thule didn't simply fade away. Instead, it transformed, evolving from a geographical mystery into a potent symbol of the unknown, a representation of humanity's ceaseless drive to push beyond perceived boundaries. Thule became less about a physical location and more about the psychological and philosophical frontiers of exploration. It now represents that edge of the map where knowledge gives way to speculation, where reality blurs with myth. This enduring symbolic power is why Thule continues to appear in popular culture, literature, and even modern philosophical discussions. It serves as a narrative device, a metaphorical stage for stories about isolation, resilience, and the vast, untamed forces of nature. From adventure novels set in icy wastes to speculative fiction exploring ancient secrets, Thule embodies the allure of the unexplored and the human fascination with what lies beyond our current understanding. It's a reminder that even in an age of satellite mapping and ubiquitous information, there remain corners of the world and indeed of the human experience that resist full categorization and remain shrouded in mystery. Consider the ongoing allure of the polar regions themselves. Despite being meticulously charted, the Arctic and Antarctic still hold an immense, almost spiritual draw for explorers, scientists, and adventurers. They are extreme environments that test the limits of human endurance and technology. In many ways, these real-world challenges echo the ancient descriptions of Thule's formidable conditions. The very act of venturing into these harsh, unforgiving landscapes can feel like stepping into the realm of myth, where the natural world asserts its overwhelming power and humanity feels truly small. Ultimately, the story of Thule is a testament to the power of human imagination and our inherent need to define the limits of our world, even if those limits are constantly shifting. It reminds us that our understanding of Earth, and indeed of ourselves, is an ever-evolving journey. While the physical quest for Thule may have yielded different answers than anticipated, its symbolic legacy remains powerful, urging us to question, to explore, and to embrace the mysteries that still lie at the edges of our perception. But what truly fuels this enduring fascination, and why do we continue to search for lost worlds even when science suggests otherwise?
Thule in modern myth and culture. The enduring power of Thule's legend, even without concrete archaeological proof of a grand lost civilization, is evident in its persistent presence across modern culture. It's no longer just a geographical enigma. It has become a canvas for authors, filmmakers, and even fringe theories, each projecting their own fascinations onto the ultimate northern land. This continuous reinvention highlights our deep-seated human need for mystery, for places where the ordinary rules don't quite apply. In literature, Thule frequently serves as a setting for adventure and speculative fiction. Authors use its mythical remoteness to create compelling narratives about hidden societies, ancient secrets, or the last vestiges of forgotten knowledge. Think of tales where explorers stumble upon relics of an unknown past or encounter civilizations that adapted to extreme cold in unimaginable ways. This literary Thule is a place where anything is possible, precisely because its true history remains tantalizingly unconfirmed. It's the perfect backdrop for exploring themes of isolation, survival, and humanity's confrontation with primordial forces. Beyond fiction, the concept of Thule regrettably became intertwined with more sinister ideologies in the 20th century. Pseudoscientific and esoteric groups, particularly in pre-WW2 Germany, latched on to the idea of Thule as the ancestral home of an Aryan race or a source of mystical power. These warped interpretations, based on fantastical readings of ancient texts and occult beliefs, twisted the romantic mystery of Thule into something dark and exclusionary. While these theories have no historical or scientific basis, their existence demonstrates how a potent symbol can be co-opted and distorted to serve specific, often dangerous agendas. Despite these misuses, the core appeal of Thule as a place of ultimate discovery persists. It's a testament to the human spirit of inquiry, to our insatiable desire to uncover what lies hidden, whether beneath layers of ice or centuries of myth. Thule, in its many modern forms, continues to invite us to consider the vastness of the unknown, reminding us that even in a world increasingly mapped and understood, there remain profound mysteries just beyond the horizon of our current knowledge. It challenges us to ponder what secrets, if any, could still be locked away in the frozen silence of the true Arctic.
The scientific hunt continues. Even with the romantic notions and esoteric theories swirling around Thule, the rigorous world of science hasn't abandoned the Arctic. Far from it. Modern scientific inquiry continues to delve into the polar regions, not necessarily to find a lost city, but to uncover the real secrets held within the ice, the ocean, and the very geology of the high north. These ongoing investigations, armed with cutting-edge technology, are providing fascinating insights that, while different from the ancient myths, are no less astounding. Today, scientists use advanced techniques like ice core drilling to peer back hundreds of thousands of years into Earth's climate history. These cylindrical samples of ice, extracted from deep within glaciers, act like frozen time capsules, preserving ancient air bubbles, volcanic ash, and even microscopic pollen. Analyzing them allows researchers to reconstruct past temperatures, atmospheric compositions, and even the types of vegetation that existed in prehistoric times. While no direct evidence of a lost advanced civilization has emerged from these cores, they offer invaluable data on how life and landscapes have adapted to extreme climate shifts in the Arctic over millennia. Underwater archaeology and geological surveys are also pushing the boundaries of discovery. Submersibles equipped with sonar and remote-operated vehicles, ROVs, explore the Arctic seabed, mapping its contours and searching for anomalies. While the primary goals might be understanding ocean currents or marine life, any unusual geological formations or potential signs of ancient human activity would certainly pique scientific interest. The vastness and extreme conditions of the Arctic Ocean mean much of its floor remains unexplored, leaving open the tantalizing possibility of uncovering unexpected geological or even archaeological features. Furthermore, paleoclimatology and glaciology are continually refining our understanding of how the Arctic has changed over geological timescales. We know that areas now covered by vast ice sheets were once habitable, even forested, during warmer periods millions of years ago. This knowledge fuels speculation about human migration patterns and potential early settlements, even if they were far simpler than the civilization of myth. The scientific hunt in the Arctic is a testament to humanity's relentless pursuit of knowledge, driven not by ancient legends of lost cities, but by the desire to understand our planet's past, present, and future. What might these ongoing expeditions truly uncover beneath the vast, silent stretches of Arctic ice and ocean? The answers, while perhaps not in Atlantis, promise to be every bit as compelling.
The journey through the legend of Thule, from ancient Greek voyages to modern scientific expeditions, ultimately brings us back to ourselves. While the physical search for a lost Arctic civilization may remain elusive, the enduring power of Thule as a concept offers profound reflections on humanity's relationship with the unknown, our planet, and even our own future. Firstly, Thule is a powerful reminder of how our understanding of the world is constantly evolving. What was once the edge of the world in ancient times, shrouded in myth and fear, has gradually been mapped, explored, and scientifically analyzed. This process of pushing boundaries, of transforming myth into knowledge, is a fundamental aspect of human progress. Yet even with all our technological advancements, the Arctic remains a formidable frontier, still holding many secrets, mirroring the vastness of what we still don't know about our own world, from the deepest oceans to the farthest reaches of space. Secondly, the story of Thule, particularly the speculative theories that arose around it, serves as a cautionary tale. The romanticization of ancient, powerful civilizations can sometimes veer into dangerous territory, as seen with the misinterpretations that fueled pseudoscientific and exclusionary ideologies. It underscores the importance of critical thinking, of distinguishing between genuine historical inquiry and speculative fantasy, and of grounding our understanding in verifiable evidence rather than wishful thinking or ideological agendas. Finally, and perhaps most poignantly, Thule invites us to reflect on our own era, especially in the context of climate change. As the Arctic ice sheets, once thought of as eternal and impenetrable, continue to recede at an alarming rate, they are indeed revealing secrets, not of lost cities, but of ancient landscapes, long dormant viruses, and rapidly changing ecosystems. The secrets under the ice are turning out to be more about our planet's vulnerability and the profound impact of human activity than about forgotten civilizations. The melting ice may not uncover Thule, but it is certainly uncovering truths about our past climate and presenting urgent challenges for our future. So, did Thule, the lost civilization, truly exist under the Arctic ice? Perhaps not in the way the myth suggested, but its legend has gifted us something arguably more valuable, a lens through which to examine our drive for exploration, our capacity for imagination, our responsibility to understand the past, and our pressing need to confront the realities of our changing planet. The whispers of Thule will continue to echo, reminding us that the greatest mysteries often lie not just in distant, frozen lands, but in the very questions we ask about ourselves and our place in the vast, unfolding story of Earth.